Assalamu alaikum, my dear viewers and students. Myself, Professor Maqsood Ahmed Khawas, working as a lecturer in Anjuman Centenary B.Ed College of Hubli. In today's online class, I shall discuss with you for the subject B.Ed first semester Perspective Course 1 Childhood and Adolescence, and topic is from unit 2nd 2.3, that is Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. A request to students and viewers, like this video and share, and don't miss to subscribe my YouTube channel, that is Khawas Tutorial. My dear students, Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Psychologist Eriksson developed his 8 stages of development to explain how people mature. The stages clarify the developmental challenges faced at various points in life. His theory is widely taught in developmental psychology courses in the United States. Stage-based theories of development were popular during Erikson's era. Yet there is one important difference between Erikson's theory and other popular models of his time. In Erikson's theory, a person does not have to successfully complete one stage of development to move on to the next stage. The 8 stages of development. Each stage has a conflict between two opposing concepts. For instance, the infancy stages main conflict is true versus trust versus mistrust. Although people of all ages may experience issues with trust, the infancy stage is where the challenge is most potent. What if the person does not overcome the challenges of a particular stage? The person will still progress to the next challenge. Yet the themes from the previous challenge may affect later stages. For example, a child who never establishes trust in infancy may grow into an adult who struggles with trust in romantic relationships. The eight stages of development are: stage 1, infancy, trust versus mistrust. Infants depend on caregivers, usually parents, for basic needs such as food. Infants learn to trust others based upon how well caregivers meet their needs. Trust. When caregivers respond promptly to an infant's cries, the baby can learn to rely on others. As caregivers fill an infant's needs, the baby can develop a sense of trust and security. That is trust. Then mistrust. If caregivers neglect an infant's needs, or if care is sporadic, an infant may grow insecure. They may learn they cannot rely on others and thus feel unsafe. Stage 2, Toddlerhood, Autonomy versus Shame and Self-Doubt. During this phase, young children begin exploring the world around them. They learn more about their environment and their place within it. They also develop basic skills such as toilet training. Here, autonomy. In this stage, caregivers often serve as a safe base from which to explore the world. When caregivers encourage independence, children will feel secure enough to take risks. Next, shame. Children whose caregivers discourage them may develop feelings of shame. If caregivers foster excessive dependence, the child may learn to doubt their own abilities. Stage 3, Preschool years, Initiative versus Guilt. Preschoolers are increasingly focused on doing things themselves and establishing their own goals. Here, initiative. When caregivers nurture these tendencies, children learn how to make decisions and plan for the future. They can grow into adults who are able to follow their ambitions. This is the initiative. Next, guilt. If children are criticized for being assertive, they may feel guilt for pursuing their desires. Controlling caregivers may teach children to follow another's lead rather than starting their own plans. Stage 4, Early school years, Industry versus Inferiority. As children grow in independence, they become increasingly aware of themselves as individuals. They begin to compare themselves with others. Industry, children who are accomplished compared to their peers can develop self confidence and pride. Praise for their achievements can boost their self esteem. Next, inferiority. Children who do not achieve certain milestones may doubt their abilities or self worth. When children are constantly criticized, they may develop feelings of inferiority. Stage 5, Adolescence, Identity versus Role Confusion. The famed term identity crisis comes from this period of development. During this stage, adolescents' main goal is to answer the question, who am I? They may try different personas to determine which roles fit them best. Here, identity. To succeed in this stage, adolescents need to establish a coherent sense of self. They will need to determine their priorities in life. For example, family, academic success, etc. Then they will need to set goals for their adult selves based on those values. Next, role confusion. Some adolescents may have a weak sense of self. They may struggle to break away from the person their parents or peers expect them to be. Without a consistent identity, they may grow confused about what they truly want for the future. Stage 6, Young Adulthood, Intimacy versus Isolation. According to Eriksson, young adulthood is the period during which many people get married or develop significant relationships. It has been defined as anywhere from 20 to 24 years to 20 to 40 years. Year intimacy. Relationships can be a key source of affection and intimacy in adulthood. Many find emotional benefits from having a committed, lifelong bond. Next, isolation. According to Eriksson, people who do not develop relationships may become socially isolated. They may develop long term feelings of loneliness. Stage 7, Middle Adulthood, Generativity versus Stagnation. The focus of this stage is to contribute to society and the next generation. Adults in this stage are often at the height of their careers. Many people are raising children. Here, generativity. People may offer guidance to the next generation through parenting or mentorship. They may also offer lead the way by having a legacy. Contributing to society's future can give people a sense of community and purpose. Your next, stagnation. Some people may feel as if they have no impact on society. If people do not find their work meaningful, they may feel restless or isolated. Some may feel they have peaked and that their lives will only get worse in the future. Next, eighth and last stage, later adulthood, ego integrity versus despair. During this phase, older adults reflect on the life they have lived. Ego integrity. Those who feel fulfilled by their lives can face death and aging proudly. Next, despair. People who have disappointments or regrets may fall into despair. Here, these are the total 8 stages of Erikson's psychosocial development. Next, educational implications of this theory. First, teachers should understand the children's crisis and tasks of various stages and their troubles in their psychosocial development. Next, teachers should provide facilities and support the children's trust that have on us. Next, provide good supportive learning environment in classroom. I think all of you understood. Request to all students and viewers, like and share this video and write your opinion in comment box. And one more thing, don't miss to subscribe my YouTube channel, that is Kavas Tutorial. Thank you for watching and listening.